Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome back to the Wasteland Podcast. I am your host, Syatt, and I'm so happy to have you here. As you can see, now I went from Denver to New York City. No, I'm actually back in Boston. Thank you to everyone for the shout outs and the kind words about my 80 pounds down. It feels great. I'm now currently down 82.6. We'll see what happens. Next week is going to be an interesting week because I have a weigh-in tomorrow, and I think I'm a little worried. I gotta be honest. I don't know if worried is the right word, but I didn't really go too hard. There was one day where I had more dessert than I normally have. And it wasn't even anything like that. It wasn't bad. It was if anyone flies JetBlue, they used to have those popcorner, like sweet rice chips, I guess. And I had some one night. I was just really hungry, and I had like probably 200-300 calories worth. And I know in my head that that's not enough to like actually make me gain weight, but I'm a little bit worried because I weigh in today, the day this comes out, and I'm recording this the day before on Monday, and unfortunately, it looks like this might be the first week where I just like either maintain or I could possibly even gain a little bit of weight. Hoping not. I'm going to be good. I'm actually about to go on my walk after this, and I'll have a light dinner tonight, but that happens. You know, as upset and frustrated as I'll probably be if I don't lose any weight. It's been 6 months of losing weight every week, and not that that's too easy, because it hasn't been easy. I'm working on it, but that's not how things go. Eventually, it slows down. I need to be more consistent with my diet, more consistent with my workout, and if it turns out that I don't lose any weight this week, it's not the end of the world, but it will be even if I do end up losing a little bit of weight, it's definitely a eye-opening, like a wake-up call. That's the word I was looking for, wake-up call. Some of the criticism I get from some people about the one meal a day is if it's going to be sustainable for the rest of my life. And I honestly think it is. Not saying that there won't be days where I do eat more than one meal, but the system I actually really do enjoy. But I still have a lot of weight to lose. 82 pounds is great, but it's funny because this is right around the time where I usually have given up before. Somewhere between 80 and 90 pounds is as high as I've really gotten lost. I've never hit 100 before, and whether it's because of a plateau or I just get sick of the food I was eating or whatever the reason may be, this is roughly around the time where I usually stop. And give up and slowly stop eating the right things and go back to my old habits. And I don't want that to happen this week, or not this week, but this time around. I'm really focused on at least hitting that 100 pounds down, and from there, I think I should at least lose another 70 to 100 pounds. And it might take a whole nother year. It probably will. It probably will take a whole nother year. But that's fine. I was about to say I'm not in a rush. I would love, oh my God, I would give up a unborn child. Nah, that's a little bit risky. I would lose a pinky. If someone came to me and said, listen, you could, not even, yeah, I'll say finger, but I was going to say, let's just say they have to cut off a pinky something, toe, finger, or otherwise, but you could get down to your goal weight tomorrow. Oh, Give me the knife. I'll do it like Mission Impossible style with the cigar cutter. Was that Mission Impossible? I think it was. But it's not. That's not how it works. And it's a slow grind, and the more weight I lose, the harder it's going to be to continue to lose. And so that's why, like I said earlier, I'm planning on trying some new diets. I'm going to go and try carnivore this week. I'm going to try carnivore starting tonight, I guess, when you hear this. Oh, it's scary. But I'm going to try it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm doing carnivore first because I feel like it's a good foray into keto. So this week I'm going to try carnivore. Next week I'm going to try keto. And then we'll see. I am going, I have another trip planned the middle of June. But I don't think this is going to, no, it's not going to incorporate, it's not going to mess with it. We'll see. Something I am a little, I guess, I don't know if worried is the right word, but something I am considering is how my body is going to react after these 2 weeks. And if going on and off of keto is going to hurt, like if I'll put on weight when I'm back off of keto. But we'll see. I want to see. I know there's a lot of people who like keto, and it's worked very well for the issue that I think I would have with it is the sustainability that I spoke about earlier of if I could do it for the rest of my life, which I don't think I could do keto forever. But I want to do a little bit of a science experiment. So starting tomorrow, or I guess tonight, I'll be having a bunch of meat basically for about 2 weeks. I know that there's more I can have. Keto is a less restrictive than the carnivore diet, but we'll see. I'll try it and see if it's only 2 weeks. I'll get to have some steak, which will be nice, and that's pretty much it. Steak and chicken, and I've already watched a couple videos on it. Apparently, I am allowed to have eggs and bacon, so maybe I'll have some. I already have turkey bacon. I don't think I'll get regular bacon. I do have to find out if I'm allowed to do hot sauce or like any condiments. Well, probably not. That's gonna be rough. Oof. But we'll see if it works. Thank you guys so much for checking out the Wasteland Podcast. This week, again, we have another great listener call. If you want to be a listener, I'm doing a bunch this week, so it'll probably be a few weeks to a month until I do another round. But if you would like to be a call-in, or if you know somebody who'd like to call in and talk to me, email me, wastelandpodcast@gmail.com. That's wastelandpodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you. We'll do a quick little Zoomy Zoom, and it's been a lot of fun. And this week I have a great conversation with a great friend of mine, actually. His name is Kevin Sanchez. He is a comedian out of New York, which is why, getting back to the beginning, I'm in New York. And actually this background reminds me of the first time I met Kevin. I met Kevin a few years ago. He had a show at a restaurant called Zona's, a Mexican restaurant. I didn't try the food because I get nervous before stand-up, so I don't eat. There's a comedian friend of mine who I told him that. I said, when I was really heavy, I said, I can't eat before shows. He goes, looks like you should do more shows. So I didn't try the Mexican food, but he was very nice to me. The show was awesome. And Kevin was in the Army. He was in the infantry, and he has struggled. I guess judging him in my mind. He says he struggled. To me, he's always been a beautiful, beautiful man, but he's down God, I think he's down like 60 or 70 pounds. Um, no, never mind. I'm sorry. He's probably down like 30 or 40 pounds. Um, and he wants to get down. Like his lowest was about 30 pounds from where he is. But he's been doing it for a long time, and he looks great. And he looks even better now. We recorded this a couple months ago. But it's not for me to judge. There's plenty of people who, yeah, you didn't let yourself. Why am I mad that Kevin didn't let himself go as much as I did? But I think that there's probably a lot of people who maybe were in the armed forces, the military, and after like strict eating and working out and basically being in shape as your job to going back to civilian life, I think would be a struggle. I can understand why he put on some weight, but he's been focusing on it. He actually went down, did a complete change. He went down and spent time with his brother, who is a really big into fitness. So we had a great talk. Kevin also has a podcast called the Doped Up and Dying podcast, which you can listen to everywhere you listen to podcasts. You can watch it on YouTube. So go check that out, the Doped Up and Dying podcast. And I want to thank Kevin so much for coming on. And I want to very quickly thank our sponsor, Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com and use code Syatt to get 20% off plus free shipping. And they have the brand new Lawnmower 4.0, wireless charging, still skin safe, advanced skin safe technology. And it's a perfect gift for your father. Father's Day is coming up. It's right around the corner. So get the gift while it's on your mind. You're going to get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com using code Syatt. Don't forget that you came from your dad's balls. This year, show your original home some love with Manscaped. So thank you to Manscaped, and thank you very much to Kevin for coming on, and please enjoy this week's Wasteland podcast. It's great talking to you, but I love you're one of my favorite people just in the world. You're just so positive. I love talking to you. You're like my hype man. I love every time I talk to you. I feel happier.
Dude, there's no other way to fucking be out here.
I know. Yeah, no, it's I was always very jealous of people like you who just whenever you walk into a room, like, you're high energy, you're positive, like people I just feel like people are drawn to you, and I'm the weirdo sitting in the back of the room, just like.
But I'm gonna be like, but I'm gonna pull you in, like, yo, come in here.
You did.
Here, boy.
You did with that, and with that. Speaking of crazy girls, with that girl at Zona's, who I was going to another show, and the show got canceled. We went back, and I thought it had the deal sealed, but turns out she was playing for the other team. So, unbeknownst to us,
I mean, multiple teams, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess technically when we had that drink, she was on our team, but since she got traded. She was a free agent. She got traded to another team. But it's funny. I've always been bigger, and I look at people like I've always looked at you, and you look skinnier now than when I last saw you. But even what you were at, I was like, God, if I was like Kevin, I wouldn't wear a shirt ever. But when you hit me up, and you said, like, you've dealt with weight your whole life.
Fucking life, bro. The last time I was 180 twice in my life.
Okay.
Twice. When I was in basic training in the Army, I was 180 after I left basic training.
Okay.
And then in the 5th grade.
In the 5th grade?
In the 5th grade, bro.
How tall were you in the 5th grade?
5'6", 5'4". I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, let me ask you this: did your because, and I don't know your exact nationality, but I know you have Spanish descent.
I'm Dominican.
Dominican
and Puerto Rican.
Did any of that have to play in it? Because I've been involved with, like, Mexican girls, and like the kids are always a little bit bigger because, like, the moms, they just don't. Or family, yeah.
I'm adopted, right?
Okay.
I'm adopted by Puerto Ricans.
Right.
And when I came to my foster parents' house, who became my mom, right? I had an eating disorder.
Oh no.
I couldn't eat anything without throwing up.
On purpose?
I was 3. I nothing was on purpose.
Oh, you were 3.
I
Wow.
was 3 or 4 or 5. Like it's kind of blurry, but I had an eating disorder, and I kept throwing shit up, throwing shit up, throwing shit up. And I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't even know if it was an eating disorder. I just know I couldn't hold anything down.
Okay.
Right. And it could have been the stress of being adopted, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But
Oh my God. I've heard horror stories about foster care.
yeah, so I was probably scared and not, just a nervous Nilly or whatever. Anyway, fucking my mom used to feed me, bro, like a grown fucking man at 5. Like she used to, and then if I didn't eat, it was like the world was coming to an end. It was that poverty-stricken mindset. And then she would just like yelling at me and fucking slapping me upside the fucking head and make sure I had to eat every fucking bean, rice, chicken that she put on that fucking plate.
Wow. And like I can imagine that like it wasn't, not that it was unhealthy, but beans and rice can add up calorie wise, especially when you're 5.
Bro. And then from 5 to like, and it took because she has daughters before me and my brothers came into the picture. And one day we go to Florida. One day for vacation, we go to Florida every fucking summer. And my sister saw her like making a plate, and she goes, "Who's this plate for? Is this for everyone to share?" Right? Like, and she goes, "No, that's for Kevin." And she goes, "That's why he's fucking fat, because you feed him like this. That's insane. No one should eat that much."
It's tough because I mean your mom loved you and like her heart's in the right place, but
In
it's
the
like,
right place.
but man, so tell me, how old were you? You were in the 5th grade, you said?
I was in the 5th grade, and then I lost. You get taller and older in high
I
school.
I didn't, but but I've heard rumors that there's something as growth spurt. Okay.
That little growth spurt. And in high school, I was still 180 ish, right?
Okay.
I was like, the height that I am now, 5'11". I just
Okay. That's good. 185 is a good
180,
weight.
5'11", and I was loving it. And then I graduated fucking high school, bro, and I gained a freshman 45, son. Like I was 240. I just got
That sounds like the freshman 60, but
yeah, something. That's my thing. Every time I leave every time I enter a new stage in my life, I gain 60 pounds.
yeah, yeah. What's your food like? Cause for me it was like fast food and candy. Like what's your? But being in New York, like New York is a different animal because like there's everything all the night and day. I would be 800 pounds. Like, but there is walking, so that does help a little bit.
I think that's
But
the
like,
only reason why I'm at 450 pounds.
right, I remember because we did comedy together in New York, and I remember I walked like 10 miles, 10,000 steps by like the middle of the afternoon,
Oh
and
shit.
it was okay. Like I was hungry, but like if I could get Chinese anything delivered at 2 in the morning, it would be a bad situation. So like, what would you eat?
Well, I could tell you, I don't remember then, but I could tell you what I had doing quarantine, bro, during COVID.
Yeah.
I must have gained 35 pounds immediately.
Wow. Yeah. Out of were you like anxious or were you just being home? You were just eating everything.
It was just being bored. It was anxious. It was like not doing stand up, just fucking getting in my own head, bro. And this is what I would do every fucking night. I go and I tell myself, Kevin, you're gonna go to the deli or the bodega, and you're gonna go and you're gonna get a sandwich. You're gonna get it on a roll, right?
Okay.
And you're gonna get a banana or an apple and a water. I get to the bodega, bro, and I swear to God, that shit would turn to a hero. I would get chips, and then like 3 Hershey's bars and
Yeah.
vitamin water. And then
Okay.
I would just start grabbing shit, bro. And in my head, I could hear like a little fucking voice, "Don't do that shit, don't do that shit, don't do that shit." I just fucking I can't listen to it.
Yeah. You're like you
Right?
don't know what you're talking about. These candy bars are delicious.
Bro. And then I was doing that for months,
Yep.
months and months. And then I would lie to my, fat people, when you're a fatty, bro, you're the master of manipulating yourself.
Oh yeah.
You're the master of saying,
you're not
I'm
lying to anybody else, but you're lying to yourself.
bro, you fucking, and then like I was saying to myself, I'm eating this way today, and tomorrow starts a new day.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go fucking work out, and I'm gonna change this shit all around. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Every fucking day. So I had to do some hardcore shit, bro. I had to fucking my brother's he's a physical freak of nature.
Mm-hmm.
And the constant dude who loves working out. I had to go to North Carolina for a month and a half and just like be like, and just give him like authority over me, which is so weird to say, but like, like I just followed everything he did.
So you kind of went to like food rehab. Like did he cook for you?
Well, yeah, in a way. Well, in the mornings we will have boiled eggs, fucking and oatmeal, and then we'll work out hard as fuck, 2.5 hours.
Damn.
Right? But it was mostly weights, right? And then the last 15 minutes was cardio. So I did that for like a month and a half, and then I just try to fucking keep going, bro. Because
wow,
it was getting embarrassing, bro. Like I was fucking like using my whole body to get out of bed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've done the thing where you lean back to get some momentum.
Yeah, I had to use momentum to get out of bed. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Oh yeah, I did that a bunch. So what do you think your heaviest was recently?
260.
260. And what are you at now?
235.
Awesome. That's great. And you did that, and how long did it take to lose that weight?
From July till last month.
Okay. And when you got back from North Carolina, what sort of eating were you doing?
Well, it was really about the physical work, right? Okay. At first for me, right? So like, I just made sure I got a gym membership right away because New York opened up its gyms.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was just like, don't eat dairy, stop eating cereal. That was another thing, bro. That was another fucking thing, bro. I love Captain Crunch.
Oh my God, who doesn't? Yeah.
Delicious food ever.
This was a joke I used to tell, but it happened. I was just talking on stage at an open mic, and it's just the truth. And not even with medicinal enhancements. One time I had Kix cereal, and it's like the kid tested, mother approved, supposed to be healthy, and I was out of milk, but I had chocolate pudding, and I mixed that together once, and I found out how delicious it was, and I just started doing it. So yeah, cereal.
Dude, fat people know how to have a good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the way up is great, until you have a realization of how big you've gotten. Eating all that every meal is a cheat meal. It's awesome.
It's so fun, but then other things stop becoming fun. Like the women who like you now don't like you. Like the women you're able to get, or at least for me, like I was realizing the pool of people I could date were people who I would never look at. But like now those are my options. Yeah. And that sounds harsh, it sounds fucked up, but that's just what it was. Like
it's the reality of things.
And then like, bro, it's so many embarrassed. Oh, my friends, my friends in New York, they're fucking savages. They saw me and they kept making fat jokes after fat joke after fat joke, and I'm like, fuck, and calling me big guy. Hey, big guy.
I hate that because I'm short, so I'm like, it's not about my height.
It's not about that. Yeah, I'm 5'11". I'm on the taller side.
Oh my, yeah, I would kill to be 5'11".
But I'm not fucking 6'3".
Right.
Yeah. So like my friends kept calling me big guy, big 6'4" guys are calling me big guy.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I hate that.
So there was that, and then little things like I would fucking start walking to the gym, 2 miles, right? And I was like out of breath. Right? I was in the army, bro. I was in the infantry. I was fucking moving with 70 pounds on my back. Now I got 70 pounds around my waistline and I'm fucking dying.
Right. You know? Well, did that I would to go to that for a second because you talked about being 180 when you got out of boot camp, so that sounds like you were in good shape then.
I was in
But
great.
but when you got out of the army, because I know, for example, and it might be different for the army, but I have cousins in the Air Force, and I know they have physical fitness tests. I think every year, and like
Every
you have
year,
to.
I was in the infantry. Been
Okay.
different. Every 4 months, you take a physical fitness
And
test.
what did you have to do? What standards do you have to maintain?
You have to the for losers, if you want to be like the bottom of the barrel, 180, right? So
Oh,
like
they actually weigh you. You have to
no, no,
maintain a
no,
weight.
oh no, 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 no. I'm talking about okay. So yes, they weigh you if you start to look fat,
Okay.
right? But they do your measurements, they do your around your neck, your waist, and how much you weigh, and they give you your body index. And like, listen, you fat fuck, start working out, and that's happened to me when my contract was finishing. Then I was like,
Okay.
I was getting a little fat, right? And by little, they meant I was becoming obese, right? Because I was 230 when I left the fucking army.
Oh, so you gained weight in the army.
But
That
I
must
was I was big on top, like muscular as fuck, but I was getting a belly,
right.
right? Because it's so weird to describe this to you, but it's like because I don't talk about it a lot. But this is why I gained so much weight when I came back from the army. I gained so much weight immediately because I
Right.
was eating as much as a guy who was working out 4 hours a day. But except
Wow.
I wasn't working out 4 hours a day anymore.
And how long were you in the army?
4 years.
So you got into a pretty good schedule. So when you're in the infantry, you were doing that much physical stuff. You were
You
working
have
out.
to. It's
Wow.
a part of your job. So like when I came out here, working out became synonymous with work, right? So like it was like bothering me that it felt like I was doing a job. You know what I mean?
I hate. I've always hated working out. I totally get it. So what did you? You said you were 230 when you left the army. Did you gain even more weight after that?
I went up to 26, like to 245. And
Okay.
then like during COVID or whatever, like I maintained 240, 245 for a while there. And then 260, and then now I think 270 maybe at one point, but I could be off. I don't fucking, you again, I lie to myself so much about my weight that I don't even know what's true anymore.
Oh
Does that
yeah. I I wrestled in high school. I was never on varsity. I
you
weighed in
wrestle?
once for varsity. I wasn't good, but yes, I wrestled in high school. I weighed in once for varsity. I didn't even wrestle. Um, but at the end of practice, and I wrestled until my junior year. I got hurt, and it wasn't even like I didn't even go to the doctor. I got hurt in one match in my junior year, and I was like, this is bullshit. I'm gonna stop now.
Yeah.
But I um at the end of wrestling practice, we were supposed to weigh in. The whole team lined up, and I just didn't do it. And no one ever talked to me because I mean I was JV. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I purposely didn't do it, and I was probably 180, 170 back then, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I vividly remember being on a bus to a wrestling match, and like I was joking with people like, yeah, I know I'm chubby, but if I ever, because like the weight class above me was 215, I was like, I'll never get to 215. I'll be I won't even have legs. I'll be a ball, and I got up to 336 at my highest. Now
Holy
I
shit. Is that recently or like
yeah, that was in December.
336? That's crazy.
So yeah, I know. Now I'm 271 right
Fuck yeah.
now, so I'm on the way down. I still have probably at least 100 pounds to go,
So
but
you want to be 170.
I probably should be closer to 150. But my next goal, my short term goal is to get to 236, and I want to get there by July for my birthday. So that'll be 100 pounds gone.
Listen, once you get
Um,
that 100, it's
and that'll be great to get to 236, and then once I get there, I want to get to like see what 170 looks like,
okay.
and we'll see what happens after that. I probably should try for 150. Um, but I haven't been. I remember that's crazy what sticks in your head. I don't remember my teachers' names, but I remember freshman football weighing in, and I weighed in at 160, and that was fat. I thought that was fat, and I remember someone saying like they were like Syatt 160, and and someone was like, "He's that short and he's 160. That's not good." Like I don't remember who said it, but I just like remember like someone's like, "That's not normal."
Was it a cult?
No, it was a kid.
Or
But
kids?
yeah, oh yeah, kids are the worst. But I just lied to myself constantly about my weight, so I get it. So like, what are you in maintenance mode? Are you trying to lose a little bit more?
No, I'm
What's the
going down.
plan?
I'm trying to, yo, bro. I'm trying to go down to 200, 190,
Okay.
200, 190, and then yeah, I'm trying to get because that's the healthy. I remember being 200, 190 as an adult, and that was the healthiest, most confident I've ever been. Uh, and yeah, and then I mean, life is just different, bro. When because I've been hot and I've been ugly. I mean, fat at the same time, right? Like as my adult years,
Right.
I remember just like people, the way they treat you when you're in shape is way different than how they treat you when you're a big guy. And
Absolutely.
I'm trying to be in a stand-up comedian and shit, and it's like if I'm not confident with what I look like, you're gonna see it on stage, and I'm not confident. That's how.
That's stand-up comedy. I mean, there are people who lean into being awkward, but even then, if you're not confident on stage, the audience is gonna eat, especially in New York, is gonna eat you up.
It's gonna eat you. Also, I already appear confident, so like I can't. It's weird. It's like I appear confident. I know deep down inside, like there's so many fucking things wrong with me, but like I can control not being a fat guy.
Right.
I can control getting rid of these man titties, bro. Like I don't like that. I hate the fact that I got man titties.
I know. I thought I was feeling good recently, and I know like most people, this would be the rock bottom. It's not for me, but I would do my work. I do my Zoom workouts 4 days a week with people, and I had a podcast, so I was wearing a collared shirt, and I had a white undershirt underneath, and I took the collared shirt off, and I had to run down and do the workout, and I looked like the dude in Fight Club with the man boobies. Like the
Oh, I
big,
have to see Fight Club is so fucking long.
it was the dude who was standing out on the porch for like 4 days, like the bigger dude, and he had man boobs, but it was like bigger than a lot of girls' boobs. And I turned on the camera to do the zoom, and I saw myself in the white shirt, and I was like, God, these things gotta go.
So I got a fucking, I do this bit about like how like I lost this weight and fucking I got all this confidence. I get this girl back to my place and she like tugs on my shirt, telling me to take the shit off. And I took it off with all this confidence, and I looked down, and I still got titties, right? And the whole time, I'm just like, I hope that she don't notice I got titties and shit. So I start doing all types of fucking like trying to like hide it. I got titties. Oh my god, oh look.
Yeah, you put your shoulders back or something.
But that happened really. The truth that happened that really happened, and I was laying, but except I was laying in bed. And I took off my shirt, and I could tell on her face she didn't expect me to have titties.
Right, right. Yeah. No, it's taking off your shirt anytime is tough for me, and it's especially with girls. Like I don't know, I just have this image, and it's tough because I'm probably gonna have a lot of loose skin. It's just a
There's a way
fact.
to avoid that shit.
Well, for
You know, my roommate was 500 pounds.
who was
Josh, my roommate,
really,
500 pounds.
and he doesn't have loose skin.
Very minimal.
What
And
did he do?
he switched to being a vegan.
Ooh,
But
okay.
the way he did it though, you got to be like, because vegan is scary because like it's tricky, I should say, because they put a lot of sugar in their food to make it
Right.
taste, right? So you just gotta like bite the bullet and get real good vegan shit. And the other thing he did was push-ups, a lot of push-ups, like a ton
Okay.
of push-ups, planks, and intermittent fasting.
Well, I'm doing the intermittent fasting, so I'm gonna start doing push-ups now because I mean, I had by the time this comes out, it'll already have been released. I don't know if you've seen this guy. His name is Obese to Beast. His name is John Glod. He's on YouTube. He got put on Ellen, and he actually got put on to Ellen because he did a YouTube video. He lost about 160, 70 pounds at 20 years old, and even to this day, he has a lot of loose skin, especially like up in the nipple area.
Mm.
And what he was saying was he almost did the surgery, or he didn't almost do it, but there's a surgery for loose skin,
That's
and he said it costs like 30 grand, and he personally he had people offer to pay for it for him, but he didn't want to do it. Like, he wears it like a badge of honor. I'll just put this out there. If anyone wants to pay for me to have the loose skin surgery, I'll do that in a second. You can put your company logo on my chest. Whatever you gotta do, I'll do it. I don't have an extra 30 grand, but
Here's what's
I'm
crazy about that loose skin shit though. The fucking surgery is super dangerous.
I know
Super
it's
dangerous, gets a lot of infections. Like I'm
ooh.
telling you, start this push-up regimen. It'll be a lot easier if you do need to get the surgery.
Oh, okay. That's a good tip. I'll definitely do that. Well, Kevin, thank you so much, dude, for calling in. I could talk to you forever, and I'll have you on again. I do want to have you on again in a few months and see how you're doing and see if you're
How
closer.
great would it be if I'm like 500
You're
pounds?
like, I gave up. I gave up, Lee. I gave up. The
It's just
pizza's
so
too
much fun to
good.
be fat.
It really is. On the
It
way up,
really is,
but
but it's
try.
not. It's not.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. I just heard. Can I say something before? I heard
I,
something. Uh, Andrew Schultz had this guy who was like on his podcast recently. I forgot his fucking name. Something, it doesn't matter. It was this guy who was teaching people how to like change their minds, right?
okay, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
So he said some shit that was interesting. I've heard this a million times, but the way he said it spoke to me. He said, in the time where you're doing something that seems easy, right? Like grabbing that fucking candy bar and stuff like that, it feels so easy to do, but it makes your life harder later, right?
Yeah,
The hard
100%.
shit you do now is gonna make your life way easier later, right? And for some reason, the way he said it and programmed it in my head, it just spoke to me. And then like, I'm just trying, and then I'm just trying to do little shit. Like I used to get like the mochas, right?
Okay.
Right? I don't do that shit no more. I get an Americano and a splash of oat milk, and then I call it a fucking day.
Yeah, and it's, even though I'm sure the mocha might taste better, it's passable. You can survive. It's not gonna like ruin your life.
Exactly. Yo.
Awesome. Kevin, you have a podcast called Doped Up and Dying on the Gas Digital Network.
Yeah, well, we're
So
trying to get picked up by the Gas Digital Network.
it's not
Studios.
okay. Use their studios. So where can people watch and listen to that?
Yo, it's gonna be on everywhere you find podcasts, and it's definitely on YouTube. It's a watch along podcast. It's fucking awesome. When Lee's in New York City, I can't wait to fucking have him on it. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
I'll be 100%. Well, thank you, Kevin. And we'll have you on in a few months to see how you're doing. Thank you so much to Kevin for coming on. It was great talking to you. He's a great guy. He's looking great. He's an inspiration, man. All of you, all of my guests have been inspirations. Everyone has their own journey. That's what I'm learning. I can't. I said in the intro that I was prejudging him for only having to lose like 30, 40 pounds. You know, it's not for me to judge. That's what I'm learning through this is even though losing weight is something that a lot of us struggle with. It's everyone has a unique issue and a unique problem and different reasons and you know what? It's mental for a lot of people. Sometimes it's a short slip up. Sometimes for people like me, it's been 32 years of being heavy. So I wanted to thank Kevin for coming on. Go check out his podcast, the Doped Up and Dying podcast. Everywhere you listen and watch podcasts, you can watch it or listen to it. And don't forget, if you want to be like Kevin and call in, email me, wastelinepodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Tell a friend, tell a buddy, tell a family member. Good luck on your own weight loss journey. And I'll see you next week on the Wasteline Podcast.